Good morning and good afternoon and good evening, everyone, wherever you are. So, welcome to Live with Sonya. I am here now today with Andrew S. Oaks. He is a financial coach and also comfort coach. I don't know much about comfort coach, so let's find out further with him today because I'm going to ask him a lot of questions. Okay, Andrew, welcome to Live with Sonia. Thank you for being here with me. I was very happy when you say yes to my invitation. How
Yeah,
are
my
you?
Sonya, and I love what you do. I love that you're bringing positivity out into the world, and you're trying to make the world a better place, one person at a time, and you're making each individual's world better. And I really like that. And I really love your post.
Thank you. And I'm very happy because finally people can accept me and understand my English, Sonia's English.
You're doing good. You're doing good.
And the last time I watched you on your live video that you shared about a book and six laws in financial, right?
Yeah,
So it was The Richest Man in Babylon. I haven't read it, even though I have the ebook yet. That's why. So, but I don't know if I need to read it now because you have already shared in your live video. So would you tell me what you are doing exactly, Mr. Andrew?
so with me, I'm generally interested in helping individuals get better, to get them
Mm-hmm.
closer to their dream. And a lot of
Mm-hmm.
us, in life, whether we live, whatever country we live in, we live around people. So this is kind of like
Mm-hmm.
global thing, and we get shaped and molded by our peers and the pressure of other people around us, and then we become kind of what everybody else wants us to become, or what we think that everybody else wants us to be. And a lot of times we get out of touch with what our dreams are from a little age. When we're young, we're thinking creative, and we think all these big things, and then eventually we become adults, and we get in these narrow-minded ways of thinking. So we get so far away
Mm-hmm.
from our dreams, and we never dream. And my biggest thing is getting people to dream again, shedding some old beliefs and old habits that don't serve them anymore, and maybe to pick up a new couple new habits that does serve them, and serves their dreams and where they're going.
Oh, I understand. So, what do you mean to live the dream that you haven't dreamed of? So, someone also can build the dreams at any time. It doesn't matter how they are, I mean, their condition now or what kind of career they have now or what kind of financial condition they have now, right?
Absolutely. And a lot of struggle is in finance, and a lot of struggles in impulse. Buying things before we're ready. Debt is the enemy, and impulse is the enemy. Um, Dreaming, it's very important to dream and have a place that you're heading. To
Yeah.
give your mind a focus is a wonderful thing. But we have to be sure that we're appreciative of what we have right now. So a lot of us
Mm-hmm.
focus too hard on things that we want, but
Mm.
to be appreciative of what we have. And unfortunately, what that creates is this feeling of lack. And if we
Mm-hmm.
look at lacking everything, we don't feel very good. So it's very
Mm-hmm.
important to be appreciative of where you're at right now, but to have
Mm-hmm.
dreams and have goals. And in my personal definition of success that I read that I like the most is
Mm-hmm.
the ability to set goals and
Mm-hmm.
consistently achieve them. That's
Mm-hmm.
success. So
Consistently. So yeah, there are so many people who don't realize that they have to be consistent, to be persistent and resilient to reach your goal. You are right about that. And yeah, how do you help the people with the financials then? Maybe if they have been failed many times before, or if they want to build a business, or they have certain dream, but yeah, from what their current condition, maybe they feel that it is impossible to reach their dreams. How will you help them?
all right, so one of the biggest things with finance is avoiding debt. And if you look at, so I study millionaires, American self-made millionaires, but
Mm,
I study success philosophies in philosophies
mm,
on money and finance. And one of the
mm,
biggest things to becoming wealthy is to save
mm,
your money. I mean, I've read tons of different financial ideas and
mm,
philosophies along the way. And in
mm,
the Richest Man in Babylon, the small book here, the small book,
mm,
it right is number one. Save at least 10% of your income. And then
mm,
now I'll run through these real fast, but this is just one of the philosophies. There's so many different philosophies. In the idea
mm,
is you need to acquire information from multiple sources. And then you
mm,
take each little piece that serves you in your life. You look at it and you say, does this get me closer to my dreams? Does this serve my dreams? And if it does, we adopt it to daily philosophy. And if it doesn't get us closer to our dreams, we just let it go.
mm.
We got to make sure that when we let it go, it's not because we're being lazy. But I'll run through these real quick. So, first law of wealth is keep a part of all you earn. The second law of wealth is put your savings to work for you. And it's very important that you know where your money is going. So only invest in things that you understand. So the third law of wealth is debt. The fourth law of wealth, don't speculate and get rich schemes. Uh,
Mhm.
Law of wealth is invest in yourself. Gain knowledge and skills to increase your earning power. If you don't hear any other law of wealth, that is the biggest one to me personally, is invest in yourself. Gain knowledge and skills to increase your earning power.
Mhm.
Law of wealth is safeguard
Mhm.
your fortune with diversification and insurance. That's the 6 laws from this book.
So yeah, the people should contact you if they have the financial problems. They don't need to read the book anymore because they get the values from you. I think.
And it doesn't hurt to have to read it and put it into your own mind is a beautiful thing
Mhm.
too, because you get to work it through your experience. Your experience is different than mine. I can
Yeah,
share some of the
true.
stories and some of the people that I helped with you and hold you accountable. That's mainly what I do, is hold people accountable, because they set goals, and when they're left to their own devices, sometimes they don't achieve them.
I understand. What about your needs? What are your special needs?
My niche, I
Are
don't.
Yeah, I mean, they should be a businessman or entrepreneurs who have just started their business or just have their dreams, or another people who are in financial troubles, or what are they? So everyone can come to you, right?
Anyone, anyone, as long as you got a positive attitude and you're optimistic about where you can go. If you
Mm,
can, if you can trust the process, you can get out of debt, and you can get ahead. You can start saving, and then you can start investing your money, and you can become wealthy. Um,
mm,
a lot of people don't believe in themselves, and that's something that I help them with as well. And ultimately, at the end of the day, I'm a comfort coach. I want people to become comfortable with their life. I teach people to become comfortable right now, but I teach them to dream, and dream big,
mm,
because you deserve to dream big. And you weren't created here to just live a mediocre life. You were created with a unique set of skills, and you have passions, and you have a purpose. Some people don't develop their passion or even look inside to
mm,
find out what their purpose is. But if they start looking for their passion, they'll find their purpose. And then when they find their purpose, they'll build a dream off of that. So if you know your dreams, you set your goals, and then you start achieving them. And a lot of your dreams are going to be funded
mm.
by finance. So that's why I help people with finance, because unfortunately, that's just the way it is. That's the way the system is. And when we understand the way it works, we can use it to our advantage.
So is that why you become a finance coach, because you want to help people to get off their financial problems, but also to prepare them not only on the financial ones, but also their mindset about money, right?
Yep, and their mindset about their dreams and not being able to achieve their dreams. Or like
Mm,
I want people to realize you deserve your dreams. You deserve it.
mm,
You were built with those skills. You
mm,
were built with that dream for a reason. You just need the pieces of the puzzle to get there. I want to be able to help people. I
mm,
want to be able to help people right now where they're
mm,
at. And a lot of people are hurting and struggling and scared. They're terrified. They're not going to be
mm,
able to pay their bills. So that's why I took it up and took it upon me to be able to help these people with finances. Because if they're
mm,
terrified, they can't even pay their bill next week, then what business do they have to dream 5 years from now, maybe 5 years, I'll be living in a better situation, in a safer neighborhood,
Mhm.
or maybe I'll have a business where I'm helping people, or maybe I'll have a job where I can leave the
Mhm.
job that I hate and I can go to this job where I can love. I want to be able to help people get there. But in America, 78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. So they're struggling.
Mhm.
They're barely making it. So you got to get them past that so you can get them on to building their dreams.
Surprising because I thought that happens only on the developing countries like us, then it happens on the advanced country too. That how
Yeah.
people struggle with their financial condition. Well, you have all of the facilities like the social securities and everything, then people do not need to work really hard for going to university, like in here, for example, from the uh, kindergarten until university, the parents really should work hard, unless if their children have something special, like they are very smart and they can get the scholarship, or of course if they are not rich, or they can also ask for help for the scholarship. But it's totally different that if you want to have the good school, it is not enough for being smart and diligent, but you have to work hard for your children for it, or also work hard for yourself to get the best university you want to.
And I don't know about where you're at with the university, but in our universities, they don't teach anything about finance. They don't
Mm-hmm.
teach things about personal finance, or they don't teach things about, goal setting. Goal setting would
Mm-hmm.
be a terrific course, um,
Mm-hmm.
or just basic finance and avoiding debt.
Mm-hmm.
Eh, We, we're taught to acquire debt, and when we're acquiring debt, we're paying interest. And one of the
Mm-hmm.
things that I read was, the rich people earn interest while the poor people pay interest. So it's not in your best interest to pay.
Yeah, I agree with you because most of the educational systems here do not teach the children how to manage their money. So that's why it should be provided from the very beginning about the mindset. Also, it's not while when they already pass the university, but from the very beginning level, because like the loan or debt, for example, the people here still consider it as the bad thing, while even the country has debt, even the companies have debts also, right? That's why we need to teach them also about the good debts and also the bad debts, and how they consume into something like a lifestyle. It becomes very popular now that uh, for example, like the fast food, long time ago fast food was very cheap and nothing, but now it becomes the lifestyle. If you go to McDonald's, for example, for your children birthday, then it seems very very um I don't know how you call it, but it's like your friends will see you as a nice family who have a good financial condition. Well, it doesn't matter if it is healthy or not for the children, but this is like a kind of lifestyle. I don't know if it happens there too. And
Yes.
the parents do not see it like a lifestyle. Sometimes this is like their obligation to make the children happy, but it shouldn't be that way. That is also about how they manage their income and finance, right?
It's just, yeah, I would agree. I would agree with you. That's the way it is here too, and Canada
Yes.
as well.
So that's why do you also accept this kind of people, not only the people who have trouble on financial, and also do you assist the family to do their lifestyle also,
I've
based
worked
on
with.
their financial condition, of course,
Oh
because
yeah.
sometimes some people do not realize if they do not need that kind of financial lifestyle, to spend a lot of money on other things that they don't need to. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Only
I,
because of the image and the lifestyle.
yeah. I teach people to avoid the small things. To stop buying all the little things that only give you temporary happiness. You can't. You
Ah,
can't get. You can't.
interesting.
you can't get long-term happiness if you just keep buying these small things that you think you want. If you want a nice car and all these things, well, if that car puts you in debt and you're barely making your payment, it stresses you out. So the thing that you bought to bring you happiness is actually hurting you. So it's bringing you more discomfort. And the goal is to be able to be content and happy right where you are now by being appreciative of what you have. And then you make sacrifices. Like, you don't have to drive a brand new car. You wait and you save your money, and you save your money, and you don't go buy a new toy, or you don't go buy a whole bunch of expensive food, or you don't buy a whole bunch of rich, expensive suits that you don't need, maybe, or jewelry. You know, we don't go spend a whole bunch of money on the small things. It's important to save that money, and that way you can fund your dreams with that money. You can build your own company with that money. Maybe you can get so rich and save so much money that you're able to build orphanages, or you can do something that you're passionate about. Maybe you build homeless shelters, or maybe you donate money to sick kids, things like that, to medicine or water relief. There's so many different good causes out there, the things that would really benefit you emotionally, mentally, thinking, man, I really made a difference. That kind of stuff you can do, and you can fund your dreams with it. So here's a quote that I live by. It says, if you do not sacrifice for what you want, what you want will become the sacrifice.
That's true. I've been there. I've done that. So I know the feeling. Yes.
You make the small sacrifices for the big one, and the big one's your dreams, and you deserve your dreams. You deserve to get closer to your dreams.
What about the people who feel desperate because maybe they feel old already, but they haven't reached the success they really want to?
So here's a fun one. So with the old people, statistically, from the age 55 to the age 65, more people go from poor to wealthy from age 55 to 65 than any other age group. More people become successful from 55 to 65 than any other age group.
Yeah, like the big businessman examples, but of course, they have been through many things, right? But for the common people, you know, mentally, they are not prepared for that. So how is it?
So if you would have started back at 30 years old, you know, it'd be great. But if you're 50 years old, well, guess what? You know, when you're 60, you're going to wish that you started at 50. So why not go ahead and start now and be excited where you're going to be at? I think that I don't think you're no further from 5 to 7 years. 5 to 7 years of hard work, no matter where you are in life. I believe that you can be anywhere else that you want to be. It's going to take some hard work. It's going to take a lot of sacrifices. It's going to take a lot of you getting to know who you are. You be able to have the self-discipline to create the things and to know your dreams. You got to know your dreams, because if you don't know your dreams, you can't really see what are you doing to get closer to your dreams. How do you know that you're getting closer to your dreams if you haven't spent time developing that dream?
That's true. So what is the first step that you do when the people come to you for the first time with their financial dream and goal and also problem, for example?
Well, we look at the numbers. That's when we're doing financial coaching, we look at the numbers. When we're doing comfort coaching, like what you was confused about, it's comfort. I'm trying to bring you comfort. Comfort is the purest form of happiness. Just to be comfortable. You know, some people see it as a bed. Some people see it as $1 million in the savings account. Whatever somebody feels comfortable with, that's what I help them with. So when we're doing comfort coaching, we assess what's bothering them in their life. What's getting in the way? Where can they be stronger? What do they need to get better? And then when we look at finances, we kind of do the same thing. What's hurting you the most? Let's attack it and remove it from your life. That way you can get to comfort. We'll remove the discomfort and get you comfortable.
Yeah, there is an assessment first before going further with your with your coaching program, right? And
Yes.
do you provide the short one or the long-term program for your clients?
I think the longer the better. Some people are self-motivated, and you can talk to them 1 or 2 times, and they'll go out in the world. You know, they have a lifestyle change, and they get aggressive. And then you'll talk to some people, you know, 1 or 2 times. They'll be excited
Mm-hmm.
when they leave the call. They'll be excited for the next week. Maybe they'll do a couple things. But you know,
Mm-hmm.
the world's coming for them. The same negative world that beat them down and held them in place, you know, and didn't let them dream is the same
Mm-hmm.
world they're going to go back out into when they leave a session. And
Mm-hmm.
if they don't spend more time getting pumped back up, of course the world's
Mm-hmm.
going to pull them back down.
That's true because it seems that the world keeps running no matter what your condition is, and they don't care if you don't care of yourself, right? And then one question about the comfort coach. What is that actually? I am very curious about it because not so many coaches have that kind of coaching program or coaching title, you know.
Yeah, it's something I developed myself. It
Mm-hmm.
was a complete accident, but I was in a rough time. My wife had just left me, and I was 7 months into a marriage, and
Mm-hmm.
I was I was drinking about 4 nights a week, and I was
Mm-hmm.
wondering, and I quit drinking as soon as she left, and I was wondering what was it in that I was seeking in alcohol, and then I realized I wasn't comfortable with who I was. That was it. I realized I wasn't comfortable with who I was, so I
Mm-hmm.
realized I said, okay, well, what's going on here? And I looked at my life, and I realized I had so many discomforts in my life. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm doing all these things. I'm smoking cigarettes. I drank caffeine,
Mm-hmm.
but I quit. I quit everything just because I realized that I was hurting myself and adding only more discomfort by trying to catch comfort or to catch happiness inside of my vices. So,
Ah,
so
I
my
understand now.
definition, my definition of is comfort is nothing more than the lack of discomfort. So if you feel uncomfortable with where you are in life,
Mm-hmm.
if you take a look at your life and you start removing all the discomforts from your life, you'll
Mm-hmm.
become comfortable because
Mm-hmm.
the definition, comfort is nothing more than the lack of discomfort. So you just pluck all the discomforts from your life and then you feel comfortable and you're happy. Comfort is the happiest feeling in the world.
Yeah, so it's the opposite, like what online people or online coaches try to boost that you should get out of your comfort zone. The same with you. Well, in here, like on the developing country, I never feel comfortable. You see,
Well,
so I don't know what the comfort zone is because all the time you have to work hard. Sometimes you really have to struggle to get the comfort zone to feel happy. You know.
and you're absolutely right, and that's beautiful that you picked up on that. There's actually two different forms of discomfort. I'm sorry. So there's a destructive form of discomfort where like it's hurting you, it's plaguing your life. But then there's a second form of discomfort, and I'm actually writing a book with a friend about this. And there's a
Mhm.
second form of discomfort, and now that discomfort, the type 2 discomfort, it's constructive. It builds you. It brings
Mhm.
you to a better place. So one of the
Mhm.
discomforts in my life that I hate the most is reading. I've always hated reading my whole life, but I'm reading constantly. Another discomfort I have is flying. I don't like heights at all. But here's the deal. I read and fly regularly because at the end of both, I'm somewhere else that I want to be. They take me somewhere else. This book, this self development book, brings me from where I am now closer
Yes.
to where I want to go. And when I fly on a plane, I get to go to California. That's the east coast of USA, and it's far away from here. And the people are different. The sights are different. The landscape's different. The food is amazing. And it's just
Mhm.
wonderful to grow. And I'm somewhere I want to be, and I'm living my dream. So
Yes.
that's type 2 discomfort. So that's taking on type 2 discomforts because it's constructive. And when you become comfortable in life, it's possible to lay in a bed long enough where you develop
Yes.
bed sores. So you have to challenge yourself. You have to grow. You have to step
Yes.
outside of your comfort zone. But in the
Mm.
beginning, when you're feeling uncomfortable right now, which you have to get outside of your comfort zone later. But for right now,
Yeah.
all you have to do is start plucking the discomforts from your life. So if you're hitting your knee on the dresser, get rid of the dresser.
Mhm.
If you're paying $6 a pack of cigarettes, you know, and your wife hates that you smoke,
Mhm.
quit smoking. Or get rid of the discomforts, all the little discomforts. Like if you have a door lock that's messed up and it would take you
Mhm.
just to fix it, but you just don't fix it, That's a small discomfort that's bothering you, or your house is a mess, or something is in your way. Just move it. Take the time, put in the effort, and remove these discomforts from your life. And then all of a sudden you'll feel comfortable.
Wow, it is really a mind changing if you launch the book, because yeah, people mostly do not realize that they need the comfort zone also to grow, right? Because everyone always say leave your comfort zone. Well, in some countries or in some condition, people do not know what the comfort zone is.
Yeah. And
It,
it's even here in America when I'm talking to people, they don't have any clue of self-development or a comfort zone or stepping out or pushing yourself. And
wow.
to be honest with you, I didn't know much about it 4 years ago either.
Wow. Then you should invite everyone to come here, sir. So they know how the real life is. Just like the 5 a.m. club or the 4 a.m. club. Well, the people here do it every day, because of their religion. They have to get up at 3 or 4 in the morning,
Oh
and
my
then
God.
like this month is also Ramadan. This is their fasting month, and they have to wake up very early before the sun rising to have some uh, food to eat, right? And then until the evening, until the sunset, that they can have the fasting bread, and uh, they are not allowed to eat or to drink before that. So that's why the 5 a.m. club is daily life here for the people. The mothers go to the morning market every day before they cook in the morning for the breakfast, or before the children go to school or the husband go to the office. Completely different. That's why when they talk about 5 a.m. club, for them it is like a luxurious habit or high performance habit, while in here is a daily habit that they have to do.
Yeah.
So
I, we was just traveling. Me and my wife are
mhm,
very traveled people. We travel a lot, and we go all over the U.S. And we went up to the northeast of America here,
mhm,
and we met a
mhm.
Muslim man, and we was actually talking to him, and he's fasting, and he's having to get up early in the morning, and we was just having this
Yes,
conversation with him.
that's true. Even on the fasting month, of course, there is the daily life here that, because the children have to go to school at 6 because they start their school at 7 also, so completely different. That's why. And still, it doesn't guarantee how someone can be successful even though they wake up in the morning, because it is about their, what is it? Not about their habit also, but how they manage their life, including the financial ones, right?
Yes, and discipline. And that guy, by the way, he was a wealthy guy. He owned hotels. So
Yes, no.
the more
So,
disciplined the individual, the more they own.
mhm. And then, so if the people come to you, they have to make the commitment for your coaching also, including need to be disciplined. What about if their financial income is, just like the life year, for example, it cannot be predicted, or how is that then? Or we don't know how much money that we can get in a month to save.
Yeah, so that makes
What
it
is
a
your
lot more
suggestion for
difficult.
them?
That does make it a lot more difficult.
Mhm,
Biweekly or weekly planning is
mhm,
okay in a situation like that. Or a real good way to try to get ahead is, so if you have a fluctuation in your pay monthly, if you can
mhm,
save a whole bunch of money up front in the beginning, and then you could pay yourself an exact amount
mhm, mhm,
each month from an account, and then you let all your pay go into that account, but you pay yourself, you get ahead enough, just enough, say where your
mhm,
bills are 2,000 a month, you pay yourself the 2,000 a month, or you budget every dollar that you possibly can
mhm,
on paper, all the way to zero. You budget every dollar that you spend on paper and keep yourself accountable to spending.
mhm. Wow. So yeah, that's why I think, in my opinion, my personal opinion, that people should come to you not only for the short term of coaching, because maybe they only get the clarity what they want to get later, or what they want to build later, or what they want to reach later. But for the long term also, so you can assist them step by step how to make their financial healthy, right?
Yeah, and finances is just a small part of really what I want to do, and like
Mm.
it's okay. It's okay because I'm helping the people get closer to their dreams. But ultimately,
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, what I care about the most is
Mm-hmm.
I want to get this part of their mouth close as
Mm.
possible to their ears. So this is what I want to do for people. I want people
Like
to be
this
like this
is very
every
easy.
day.
Use the lipstick like the clown, then it should be until here.
I,
Just kidding.
I want people to be happy. I want to coach
Mm-hmm.
people to get them happy. And a lot of stress points in their life is finance. So I help them with the finances, and then I help them to shed some of their mindsets. But with
Mm-hmm.
financing, sometimes I'll have a coaching client that I can talk to and explain to them in maybe a single hour, and they'll pick it up
Mm-hmm.
right away, no problem. But then
Oh.
others they take a little longer, and some people aren't numbers people, and some people want accountability. But some of
Mm-hmm.
those would change over into life coaching, and I'll start coaching them on their dreams and helping them.
Why life coaching? Life coaching sounds boring.
Well,
Because
that's
the financial coaching, what is its purpose? Is also to make people happy.
yes, it
Life
is.
coaching sounds like you have to save someone in your life. Well,
I want people to be happy. I'm a comfort coach, and like I said, comfort is the purest form of happiness. So I
yes.
that's where I work. I work inside of comfort. And when you're stepping outside of your comfort zone, we'll take a step back. When you're stepping outside of your comfort zone, you
Mm,
gotta understand comfort will catch you. That's what confidence is.
mm,
Without comfort, there is no confidence, right? Because you became
yes.
confident. You became confident the more comfortable you became with the situation. So comfort will
Yeah,
catch you.
because we cannot walk in confidence if we feel not comfortable, right?
Yes, very much so.
Then that.
But
So
see,
yeah,
go ahead, go
yes.
ahead.
That's what I mean. Then it will be very different with what people tell on the internet or sell on the internet to get out of the comfort zone, including on their copywriting. They will be very surprised when you really boost this. What is it? This book. I don't know when you like to launch your book. It is very
Well,
interesting.
I'm in the process of
Uh,
writing it now,
yes. And
and
then what is the title? When do you want to finish it?
um, I'd like to finish it by the end of the year. And
Wow, that
the
will be
title is called Sudden Comfort because all of a sudden you'll be
sign in comfort. Sign in comfort, yes?
sudden, SUDDEN, all of a sudden.
Wow. Wow. So we are looking forward to your book. And then how if our audiences would like to contact you, Andrew?
You can reach out to me on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm all over the place. I'm on YouTube. I have the World's
Mhm.
Friend. That's a moniker
Mhm.
I picked up, or a name I picked up from a guy. He said, "Man, you're kind of like the world's friend, just because I help everybody. I love everybody. If you're people and you got a positive mission, I love you, and I want to help you. That's what I don't like it. I don't like the fact that I love everybody, but because it makes it hard because people are tough. But I just want to see everybody get closer to happiness and their mission. So you can reach out to me anywhere, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn as well. I'm on every platform you can think of. Andrew S. Oaks.
Wow, how do you manage your time for that? Do you have assistant to manage all of your social media?
No, I'm
Because
learning it.
it can be very overwhelming as a financial coach to hear the people's problem, and then you have to assist them step by step so that they can have the healthy finance, something like that.
I'm learning it all. I'm learning it all. You know, it was an accident that I got into this, and I've always disliked technology, and I've always disliked reading my whole life. But my life's
Mm-hmm.
passion and purpose, when I took the time to find who I was, my
Mm-hmm.
passion is people, and my purpose is helping those people get to their dreams. So that's what I do. And now I'm learning. I've gone through so many coaching platforms. I've done tons and tons of work, and now I'm learning the technology side of it, and I'm going live on the social media platforms and learning all this technology as we speak. And
Mm-hmm.
this is me stepping outside of my comfort zone because it gets
Mm-hmm.
me closer to my dream. And if I help one individual at a time, you know, I can help
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people. But I realize that I'm going to need technology so I can help hundreds at a time. And if I can help
Mm-hmm.
hundreds at a time, I can really change the world. And if I can get so good and I could be pushing myself hard enough where I can get 1,000 people in a room at a time, I can make a difference in this world. And that's what I'm up to.
Yeah, and thank you for helping me, also for supporting me to make difference in this world from the small thing I do, to interview the expert to share their values to the world.
I you know what I appreciate the most about you is your positivity. I love your posts. Your posts are
You,
great.
thank you. Sometimes they are, the reflection of the condition here, how I face my adversity. So, becoming the high performance transformational coach is quite tough here because of the different mindset. That the mindset here is influenced by the religion and also the culture. That's why sometimes we have to adapt with them, what they can what is it, accept or apply through their religion or not. So it's not only about the mindset, right? And that's why my challenge here is also to improve or even change the people mindset here.
Are you an avid reader?
Pardon?
Are you an avid reader? Do you read a lot?
Yeah. Since even the last 3 years, because I wanted to be a high performance transformational coach, I did my own what is it, experiment also, and my own research. That's why I don't want to be like another coaches or trainers who only copy paste or become a copycat from the other coaches internationally, then they sell
Yeah.
it here. I don't want to be like that. That's why I built my own field, like you with the comfort coach, while me with the high performance transformational coach. So I combine the high performance and transformation because I believe that if the people would like to be high performer, they have to transform also. Even the high performer, if they want to be better of themselves and be the best of themselves, they have to transform also. That's why I combine those two fields, because it attach each other, it relates each other. Actually, they
Yeah.
cannot be separated.
Yeah, and you
That's
have your own identity that you take on. And I see that you do a lot of engagement posts and you ask a lot of questions to get people thinking, and that is the best thing, is just to get people thinking.
thank you for your compliment. So yeah, from the question, it is also a part of my research to understand what people think of, to understand different opinions of the people. Then we need to accept them, right? So that they give new ideas for me also, new perspective for me also as a coach. That's why I was very happy to see your book review also on the richest man in Babylon, because there are not so many coaches who to the research or to review the books. They only ask what book are you reading now, or what book that changed you, something like that, but not doing the review like you. So we don't know if they really read the book or not, or apply it to their daily life or not, or their coaching or not.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm committed to getting as many different opinions and ideas and views in my mind as possible. That way, I can, sometimes I get a new view, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, but then I'll read something like last week, And then it starts to
Mhm.
change that. And it turns out that sometimes you have to outgrow some views. They might have served you to get where you're going, but as you
Mhm.
continue to grow and you get higher and higher on the scale,
Mhm.
sometimes you got to
Mhm.
leave some of those behind. Even if you just learned them 2 years ago, sometimes you just got to leave them behind. So I continue to learn, and I am so committed to learning so I can bring the best value.
Yeah, that's true. And then as a coach, we also have our own coaches to grow, right? And then in here in developing country, like the people do not know what the coach is or what coaching is. So sometimes we have to explain them before they can hire us because they don't know or they have no idea what it is. It is like a consultant or some or psycholog. Sometimes they consider it that way, so we really have to explain to
I
them.
like I kind of like that for you though. That's kind of an advantage, because if they don't know what it is, then you
Yeah,
can tell them on the idea what it is. Here in America, you say that you're a life coach, or you say that you're a comfort coach or a financial coach.
yeah,
People already sometimes have a bad image of a coach. It's like they think that they're
that's
giving
true.
up.
Well, here,
They think they're
most
giving
people
up.
do not know. Yeah, and that's why I don't want to be like the average coach where sometimes they push their ideas or their mindset to the coachee or to the client, while actually the coach job is to explore the potential of the client, right? Not to push their idea. I think you should come here and then have your own clients, so you get the challenge. Very different, yes, with your country.
You're so right, though. I mean, it's the answer to the person's problems is already inside of them. It's our
Yes.
job to bring it out. And sometimes we got to give them a little bit of information. But if we're giving them all the information and we're telling them everything to do, we're teachers. We're teaching them something. But if we
Yes.
coach them, we go inside of them. And like your engagement post, when you're asking these questions, it's forcing them to go inside. And this is truly
Yes.
when they grow the most, is when you turn the lights on for the person by asking questions and making them find the answer from within inside of them.
Mhm.
That's when it means the most. That's when it's life changing.
Yeah, that's what I mean with the posting. It is actually will encourage the people to have a self-talk, or to ask themselves about the question so they know their own answers, right? And then, with this video, it will help a lot here that you explain what the coaching is or what a coach is actually. So I believe that most people will reach us more after this calling. I thank you for coming into live with Sonia. And Andrew, do you have something that you would like to say to our audiences, the message that maybe will encourage them or, to motivate them? Maybe they are not on a good condition now, or maybe they are desperate now. So, what would you
Yeah.
like to say to
I
everyone here?
I can give them a real quick way to start feeling better right away. If you're sad, if you're depressed, if
Mhm.
you're hurting, one of the best things to do is to be able to change your focus. Focus on what you have and not what you lack. Focus on what you're
Mhm.
thankful for. Just look at your
Mhm.
life and maybe make a list and start writing out all the things that you're
Mhm.
thankful for. And when you write this
Mhm.
list out, make sure you read it constantly and keep adding stuff to it. But another thing that you can do is you got to make sure you're focused on being present right now. So I
Mhm.
want to be here in the call with Sonya. I want to be here. I want to be present for y'all. So I want to be here. But
Mhm.
if I'm thinking about my past, if I'm thinking about some sad things or bad things or negative
Mhm.
things that influenced me in the past, well, I'm not going to be
Mhm.
present here and I'm not going to be happy here. If I'm thinking, if I'm not here in this moment right now and I'm thinking ahead for the
Mhm.
future, maybe I'm worried about, having to pay rent in 6 months, or maybe I'm worried about my job a year from now. But
Mhm.
if we're looking at the future and we're worrying, we can't be present and happy right here. And then the other thing that we got to focus on is we got to
Mhm.
learn to only focus on the things that we can control. In
Mhm.
Seven Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey, he mentions
Mhm.
that a little circle. Imagine a little circle in your mind, and this little circle is your circle of influence. This is the
Mhm.
stuff that you can do something about in your life. Like if the doorknob is bothering you, right? Because it's
Mm.
broken. Go fix it. You can actually do something about these things. You do
Mm.
something about those. And everything else, like the world's problems or the news media and all that stuff, or something that might happen 6 months from now, don't worry about it because you can't do anything about it. Deal with what you can in the moment and only focus on what you can control. Anything else that's out of your control for the moment that you're in, don't think about it. Just focus on what you can
Mm.
control and focus on what you're thankful for, and focus right here, right now. Be present.
Mm. Mhm. Wow, very deep message, and I really thank you for everything you share for us today. It is really meaningful for us, and I hope also the same for the people who get the values from you. I hope they share this video later with everyone. They know that they care about or they need about these messages, you know. So I really thank you for coming to live with Sonia.
Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for being my friend, and thank you for your posts. You know, they inspire me and they make me think a lot, and they actually help me. So a lot of things that I see my coach friends doing, this is teaching me.
Mhm.
I'm learning from y'all as well. So this is a beautiful and wonderful relationship, and this friendship is awesome. Thanks for being a good, positive light in the world.
Thank you also because sometimes you feel the positive messages on the messenger that it really encourages me a lot, you know. And
See,
please, everyone, if you want to reach me, you can email me to info@anitasonya.com and I'll see you later. Thank you, Andrew, for your time today. Bye bye.